Shana Tova, Bethel. This year, as you know, we sadly won't be able to be together in our sanctuary while we're davening for the high holidays. But that doesn't mean that our space at home can't feel special and sacred like a sanctuary. So I wanted to give you a few pointers on how to set up your home space around your computer or wherever you're going to be live streaming to create a feeling of sacredness. So here are a few tips of objects that you might be able to use to help set up your space. So one option is a plant or a natural object that brings in a sense of nature. For many of us, being out in nature gives us that sense of wonder, gives us that sense of grandeur in creation. And so we might bring in something that reminds us of that. This is a beautiful house plant that I have that I got from my time in Romamu Yeshiva, so that has a positive feeling and inspiration for me. Here I have picked a little plant from our garden, so you might take some leaves or something from the outdoors that reminds you of an outdoor space you love to be in. Here I have some flowers that actually are dried now, but they're flowers the wrestlers gave me from their gorgeous garden, much better than what I picked. So you might create an arrangement like that from nature. Another thing you might do, here I have a family picture from my wedding, and that reminds me of the people that I would like to be close to during services that I might often celebrate with that perhaps I'm not able to celebrate with this year. So having some reminders of family. Speaking of family, you might have some sacred objects, maybe some heirloom objects that are passed down through your family. That can be something special to have in the space, especially Judaica obviously would create that feeling of tradition and sacredness. These are candlesticks that we got for our wedding from Baruch's parents in Crown Heights. Something else in terms of Judaica, you might have a tzedakah box. This is a beautiful tzedakah box that someone gave us from Beth El's own sisterhood. I have here as well a shofar, which of course is the symbol for the holiday of Rosh Hashanah. And so that can help put me in the spirit and remind me of what I would be normally doing, which is hearing shofar in the sanctuary. You might also feel inspired by things that are beautiful, objects of beauty. Our sanctuary obviously is a place that's very beautiful, so I would recommend trying to tidy up your space and make it look nice, and perhaps surrounding yourself also with objects of beauty. Like I have this painting here that I got from Tzfat in Israel from a special artist that reminds me of my trip there. A connection to Israel is also a great thing to engender in your space. But any other kind of object that makes you think of beauty and majesty and helps inspiring you a sense of awe. So those are a few recommendations for how to create your space. You can also find a space that's special for you outdoors. I would recommend, of course, being in a space that has good connection to Wi-Fi and that's a comfortable place to sit and stand during a few hours of services. But if you would like to go to a spot that doesn't have as good Wi-Fi for your personal prayers that might especially feel special and sacred to you, then that is also a good option. So wishing you all a beautiful Shana Tova and a sacred and meaningful experience in your homes. And I can't wait to share these high holidays with you virtually and hopefully some in-person services as well soon.